Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish nations. Today we are doing a budget check-in. I typically do these weekly, but this will be for week 2 and 3 of October 2021. I have just been busy and got a little behind. I noticed I had like a small uptick in subscribers, so if you are someone who's just subscribed, whether you're just on my channel or you have been watching it for a while and finally hit that subscribe button, thank you so much. It's always nice to see that number go up. Yeah, if you're new, thanks for stopping by and checking my channel out. If you're coming back, as always, thank you for being here and helping me stay accountable to my budget. Yeah, if you're new here, I'm using a app called Every Dollar. It is a Dave Ramsey product, and I am personally not a huge Dave Ramsey fan, but it's free. The free version works fine for me, and it works well with like my brain and how I do my budget. So for now, I'll continue using it. If you don't already know, I'm an artist and educator, and I'm interested in talking about like how to budget, how to save money and plan for the future in a way that is not in a way that like honors the interdependence that we all have together, and like our responsibility to ourselves and our community and like the environment and all that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, yeah, definitely stick around. All right, let's go ahead and get into these transactions. I guess I just want to say, y'all know if my budget is a little off here and there, I don't get too worried. You know, I come from a background of having like no budget, no plan, and a lot of money anxiety. And so when I make the plan, I know I have a little bit of cushion, and I know that if I stick pretty close to the plan, you know, we're all good. I did decide to make some larger purchases and to use my emergency fund money for that. The biggest one, of course, being traveling home for the holidays. I typically these days don't ever buy a full price ticket because I do like some entry level travel hacking. But because I went to Florida twice this summer, I used up all my points and I had to buy a full price ticket. And I also, as a way of doing like self-care, I rent a car so that I can be autonomous while I'm on that trip. So you'll see those expenses, and I also have another large expense that I made. So we're basically seeing more red than usual. I think that it is fine. I'm really thankful for my budget for like letting me know how to craft my path even when it's not perfect. So yeah, I guess just know that that's coming and it will be fine and we'll get back on track. Let's get into these transactions. So I've got a few grocery transactions, and it's kind of funny because I had set aside some extra money in restaurants, which like I'm definitely using, but I didn't set aside really extra money in the grocery area, and I have along the same lines as setting aside more in the restaurant area. I've had a few like I had friends over to carve pumpkins, and so I've like spent a little bit more money on groceries, not necessarily to like feed myself essentials, but to like be doing like group activities, social activities. So you're going to see some grocery things, and just know it's mostly that, you know, plus a few essentials, but not so much. I guess I've just been thinking like I'm definitely going to need to look at my food budget to see if it needs to go up at all because costs are rising. But I think this month my budget is just up because I decided to participate in more social things versus like just essentials needed to like feed myself, if that makes sense. But anyway, I also made the choice to go to the farmer's market twice this month, and that is definitely a place where it's hard not to spend money. All my favorite things together: delicious food, local produce. Yeah, so on that note, let's start with my farmers market purchases. So at the milk car hummus place, I spent $12, and that was for hummus and pita chips. Their pita chips are so good. I definitely will not remember what I bought at all these places, but yeah, anyway, that was so good, and it was good snacks for several days. I also at the farmers market got breakfast that day, and that was $12.11, and that was curry in a hurry. I got veggie pakoras and a mango lassi, and it was so good. I also got some bulk veggies at Rising River. Actually, that is another thing. My CSA, I didn't think that it was over yet, but it was over. So that's why my budget was only $200 this month, was because I thought I still had my CSA going, and I didn't. So I did need to pick up veggies, like for sure. So let's see, farmers market, $8.28. I don't remember exactly what that was for, but I got, I think it was actually for plums and pluots, which were so good. That was great snacks for the week. I had 2 Safeway runs. One was for that night when we did pumpkins, and that also included Halloween candy, because I live in a very active Halloween neighborhood. And that was $48.65 for one, and then $10.34 for the other. That was actually an essentials run. I got almond milk and something else, but almond milk and tortillas. Anyway, moving on down the line. Is that everything? What is this? Sullivan's what? Sullivan's Homestead. Okay, I'm going to assume that was something at the farmer's market. So that was $8.75. Okay. And then I had a couple of household things. I had only planned for $20. I wasn't really planning to spend any money this month in the household, but I bought 2 new light bulbs for our porch light. We have like a weird porch light. Instead of just being the little like screw top, there's like 2 little discs on the bottom of this, like the part that connects of this light bulb, and it kind of sits in like keyholes kind of. And anyway, the porch light wasn't working, so I bought 2 new bulbs just so I'd have a spare, but it's still not working. So anyway, $12.25 was that. And then I actually for the second time this month, I messed up. I don't really have any subscriptions, like unless you count Hulu, which I paid in full this year. But I have one to Butcher Box, which I just, since I've started buying bulk local meat, I haven't used, but I forgot and let it come. Well, the only other subscription I have is for toilet paper, and I had kind of stocked up during the beginning of the pandemic, not because I was panic buying, but because it was time to stock up anyway, and so many people I knew were without toilet paper. So I did go ahead and let it come a little earlier than usual. I usually push it out. But anyway, it has been over a year. I haven't gotten a delivery because I haven't needed it, but I just totally forgot to push it back. So a case of toilet paper is coming. I've now set it, so it will not come for like another 8 months. But anyway, that was $52.51. Well worth the price. Will definitely get used, but yeah, I kind of messed up twice on subscriptions. So that's kind of funny. I mean, I mostly operate in the world as if I don't have them, but this is what happens when you forget. So anyway, that's $52.51. That's going to go in household. All right, Chewy came out. That was $75.16. That's for my cats. Very fancy food. Let's see, scroll up to housing. Electric came out, $24.71. I feel like my electricity goes down in the winter. It's kind of funny. Okay, let's see. I got gas, and that was $40.68. Let's see. Crafting the Future, which is like a monthly sharing, came out, so that's going to come out of sharing my income. That was $25. Well, actually, okay, I had some income, some unexpected income. I had paid for some dental stuff before I had this like kind of terrible debacle with like a kind of terrible dentist last year. Anyway, after much shenanigans, they finally refunded this copay for work that they never did, and that was $205. So I'm going to put that into miscellaneous income for now. And then I'm going to scroll down to health. I paid for a medication that was $5. And then everything else we're going to talk about, but real quick, I bought a couple of dresses from Rebdolls. I know I've talked about this a little bit this month already. I've been kind of bored with my wardrobe, and so I've been branching out a little bit more. You know, have I planned for it? No. Do I have other things coming up that cost money? Yes. Is this the best time to do it? Absolutely not. Am I doing it anyway because I just can't stand anything I own? I am doing it. But anyway, I spent $82.98 on two super cute dresses from this place called Rebdolls. But already they have come, I've tried them on. They didn't work. They just were different than I expected. I did look at the size charts and like check my measurements and stuff, but they were just different than I expected. Although extremely cute. Anyway, there's only the choice to return and not do an exchange, so I had to return them. So I'm going to just leave this here till my refund comes. All right, so let's talk about these last few purchases. So in travel are going to be these two large purchases, which is my flight and my car for the week around Christmas. That's to see my family in Florida. So the flight was $744.96. Travel, and my car was $640.10. That's a lot of money, y'all. So no pressure, family, but anyway, yeah, it's a lot of money. It's worth it to me. Just in this crazy world we're living in, it's just worth it to me, of course, provided that we still feel like it's safe to fly in December. If some kind of crazy variant comes up, I will not be taking undue risk. But yeah, it's important to me to do that, so I'm going to be doing that. All right, so the last thing is this $352 charge, and this is for, I wrote nutritionist, but actually she's a dietitian, a registered dietitian, and don't worry, I have not gone over to the dark side. I am not trying to change my body in any way, but I just recently had like a small health challenge come up, and I do, y'all know from this channel, I love to cook, I love to enjoy food, and I think I know like a little bit, like just as a lay person about nutrition, but I just wanted to check in with someone who is an anti-diet, health at every size, intuitive eating, anti-BMI dietitian that shares like those values with me, just to make sure that I was kind of doing things right to help with this health challenge. Anyway, that was $352 to have 3 sessions with this really awesome anti-diet dietitian. And so that's going to go into health. I definitely will be using my FSA this year. I forgot to enroll last year, so I'll definitely be doing that. So yeah, that's it for me. Hope you're all having a great month so far. Let me know down below how it's going. Are you highly in the red like I am? I hope not, but I will see you in the next video.